Hi, Namaste. My name is Sachin Karve, and I've been in the field of energy healing for almost 20 years now. I've been working on quantum healing for almost 8 years, and today in this video, I'm going to try to answer some frequently asked questions about quantum healing. Questions like what is quantum healing? How is it done? What is the science behind it? How does it work? What are the health issues that can be treated using quantum healing? And how does one learn quantum healing? Let me start with the first question. What is quantum healing? Well, if I were to explain it in a nutshell, quantum healing is a popular energy healing method which is used to heal various health issues directly in person, or it can even be done remotely on video call. Although there is a very interesting science behind how quantum healing works, most people are not aware of that and therefore end up calling it as pseudoscience or faith healing or even fake. And I can understand that completely because even I was one of them till the time I understood the science behind it. But once I understood how quantum healing works, what exactly are the principles, I not only understood how it worked, I also started using it successfully to heal a lot of people across the globe. First, coming to the question, why is it called quantum healing? Well, the word quantum comes from the word quanta, which means the smallest unit of measurement of anything in the universe. Although we normally see things in a physical form, including the human body as well, we all know that matter is made up of atoms and molecules. And we also know that atoms are almost 99% of empty space. And when that space is not empty, it has an energy field, which is the electrons that are present there. Quantum healing is essentially the healing that is done at that level where we are working with energy in order to create a change at the deepest level of human existence. So instead of working on the physical body, we go deep down to work on the building blocks of the human body and we try to initiate a correction at that level so that it creates a correction in the physical body. Before we go deeper into quantum healing, let me give you an understanding of how a typical quantum healing session looks like. Let's say I'm doing a healing session for a person who is suffering from neck pain. Then this is what I would do. I would connect with that person either face to face as an in person session or maybe on a video call. And the first thing I would do is go down into a very deep state of stillness. That's what I call as the 0 point. I'll explain later on what is the significance of this 0 point. But essentially, I would go down to this deeply silent state of no mind or stillness. And then I would focus my complete awareness, my consciousness onto the body part which is affected. So in this case, I would focus my silent mind consciousness onto the person's neck or shoulder, whatever is paining. And then I would simply stay connected with that person's body and have an intention of healing. Now, normally, after I do this, within the next 5 to 7 minutes, the person's body undergoes the process of entrainment and it jumps to the state in which I am, and the person starts experiencing some or other changes happening inside the body. So, typically, things like tingling, vibrations, the feeling of heat or cold, tightness, lightness, body twitching, movements, all of these physical sensations start happening in the body. And then the body starts using its own intelligence in order to initiate a corrective action. So, in quantum healing, practically the healer does not have to do anything apart from presenting the quantum field with an intention. So, the body uses its own intelligence to initiate a corrective action. And in most of the cases, for example, in case of neck pain, the problem is due to blocked vat pressure in the neck region. And the body starts getting this pressure out in the form of burps or passing of gas or yawning, which is what I commonly observe when I do healing to people. So the body initiates a cleaning up activity and starts correcting whatever is out of place. I then continue this process for the next 15 or 20 minutes, maybe half an hour. And during this process, people keep experiencing these healing indicators. And usually by the end of the healing session, they feel some amount of relief, sometimes a substantial amount of relief. And then in the next 24 hours, most people experience a significant amount of change in the condition. After this, if required, further one or two more sessions can be done based on how much of healing has happened in the first interaction. It's a very simple method. The healer has to do practically nothing. The person being healed also has to do nothing apart from just allowing the body to do whatever change it is initiating and cooperating with the body in case a release is initiated. I'm sure your next question would be, how does this work? Just by working at the quantum level, how does the body initiate a corrective action? How does the change take place? So let me explain. You see, we know that for solving any problem at a physical level, we essentially need to go down to the root cause, which means we need to go down at least one level deeper and then create a correction. Similarly, for the human body, if we want to create healing, we need to essentially go down at least one level, which is to an organ level. And that's exactly where a surgeon would work or a physiotherapist would work. Now, if you want even better healing, then you need to go further deeper from the organ level to the next deeper level, which is a cellular level. And that's where a nutrition therapist, a naturopath, or an Ayurveda practitioner would work at a cellular level. Now, if you want even better healing, you need to go deeper below the cell to an atom level. And that's where allopathy or chemotherapy, steroids, or the conventional medical treatments would work at an atom level. You want even better healing, you need to go down from the atom level down to a subatomic particle level or a nanoparticle level. And that's where homeopathy as a treatment works at the nanoparticle level. If we want even better quality healing, then we need to go below the nanoparticle. And we know that nanoparticles are formed by the intersection of waves. And therefore, we need to go down to a wave level and create a correction. And that's exactly where radiation therapy, light therapy, color therapy, sound therapies, or even therapies like Reiki, they work at a waveform level. Now, if you want even better healing and faster healing than that, then we need to go further below the wave. And below the wave, well, there is nothing, because waves require complete stillness to get created. And we know that waves emerge only from a state of nothingness or from a state of stillness. Now, this state of nothingness, which is below the wave, is what I call as the quantum field. It's the field where there are no waves, there are no particles, but there is the field of energy which is present, from which everything in this universe manifests. So if we go down to this state of absolute nothingness or the quantum vacuum, and we create a change there, we insert an intention to change, then immediately that can create changes at all of the other levels which are above. So a change at the quantum field will create a change in the wave, which will create a change in the particle, that will create a change in the atom and in the cells, and finally in the physical body. So basically, the deeper we go, the better quality healing will happen. It will happen better as well as faster. So in quantum healing, the whole concept is of accessing the quantum field and then allowing the body to use its own intelligence to create a change. People often ask me, what is this state of nothingness? How do we access it? Well, this state of nothingness can be very simply accessed by accessing our consciousness or our awareness. If we are able to use our awareness to achieve a still state of being, then we can reach this state of nothingness or stillness very easily and thereby heal any health issue that we have or anybody else has. Many of you might be aware of the double slit experiment, which has been done in the field of quantum physics. If you haven't, then please study The double slit experiment, Google it. It's a very interesting experiment where scientists found out that matter changed the way it behaved based on the presence or absence of consciousness. So, if an experiment was observed, then matter would behave differently. And if it was not under observation, then matter would behave differently. In one case, it behaved like a wave. In the other case, it behaved like a particle. So the concept came up that if we present our consciousness to any experiment, then that consciousness has the ability to change the results of that experiment. Now, this is what we do in quantum healing. We use our consciousness and we present our consciousness to an ailing body to create a change at the deepest level of human existence. And then once we trigger that change, the body uses its own intelligence and the universal intelligence that is present in the cosmos to create a state of balanced energy and order. And once energy and order both get balanced and corrected, any health issue or any disease simply gets corrected right there in that moment. Another very interesting concept that I came across was the principles of Ayurveda, which is the ancient Indian medical system. And according to the principles of Ayurveda, there are three regulatory systems of the body called as Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And when the body initiates a corrective action, these three regulatory systems start getting corrected. If there is any imbalance or any disorder in any of these three systems, they simply start getting corrected, and people can experience these corrections absolutely right then and right there during the healing session. So in the form of movements, in the form of twitching, in the form of vibrations, in the form of release as burps or passing of gas, hiccups, yawning, twitching, movement, all of these things are observed as a part of the quantum healing process. And once the body corrects these three regulatory systems, the first one, Vata, which is nothing else but the flow mechanism of the body. The second, which is Pitta, or the metabolism of the body. And third is Kapha, which is the system which governs the body's structure and all the way in which the cells and organs are organized. And once a correction is initiated in one or more of these three systems, the body immediately comes into a state of good health and harmony. The most amazing thing that I find about quantum healing is that it works remotely. So healing can be done in person, face to face, or it can even be done on a video call to any person who is probably even on the other side of the globe. You might ask me, what all does quantum healing work on? What are the health issues that it gives results on? So let me answer that question. Well, honestly, I haven't used quantum healing on every health issue. My experience is limited to the people who approached me for healing, but I've used it on quite a few health conditions. And I've observed that almost on 80% of the cases, quantum healing gives quite good results. I have used quantum healing on health issues right from headaches and migraines to various kind of body pain, joint pains, neck pain or back pain or knee joint pain. I've also used it on digestive disorders. I've used it on female gynecological issues. I've used it on problems such as thyroid or blood pressure, diabetes, and a variety of other common health conditions. In case of most health conditions, the response is very fast, and probably in just one or two or at the most three interactions, there is a significant relief. Some health issues take a little longer. However, my observation is that this works definitely much faster than any of the other conventional medical treatments that we normally opt for. Now, coming to the last question, how to learn quantum healing? If whatever I've shared about quantum healing has excited you, I'm sure you would be curious to know where could you learn quantum healing? So let me try to answer this question. Well, honestly, we all are born with the ability to use quantum healing because consciousness is something that we all possess. We are all born with that. And what we simply need to do is access our consciousness, go down into a deep state of stillness or nothingness, and then use it for healing ourselves or anybody else. The only thing we need to do is access this deeper level of consciousness called as the 0 point. Now, one way to learn quantum healing is use a course. I have a very interesting course on quantum healing called as the Masterclass on Quantum Healing. It's a completely recorded course which is presented in the form of video lessons, and it comes with a lifetime access. So you can view these video lessons repeatedly as many times as you want. And the entire content is presented in a very systematic way, right from quantum principles to the concepts. How does one go deep into a silent state of mind called the 0 point? What exactly is the method of quantum healing? How does one work on different health issues? What are the healing indicators? It also includes various demonstrations, both in person as well as on video call. And it has a lot of guidelines and tips, frequently asked questions, and a lot of insights about quantum healing. At the end of the course, a certificate is also issued. So you could also start your own quantum healing practice if you want. And I will always be there to guide you at any point in time if you have any queries or you need any support or guidance from my side. The course is specially priced at a heavily discounted rate so as to make it affordable to everyone who wants to learn quantum healing. So if all of this excites you and you want to learn quantum healing, visit my website www.instanthealingtherapy.com. My contact details are there on my website. It has a link to my course. Have a look at the content, have a look at the reviews which some of my students have given about the course. And if you need any support and guidance from me, feel free to contact me on the numbers which are given below. So hope this video gives you an understanding of what is quantum healing and how does it work. I would encourage you to learn this wonderful healing technique called quantum healing. Let's all create good health for ourselves as well as for everybody on this earth. Thank you very much.